Okay, so we've had some requests for Back to Basics class, and we have here our new fighter. So to start with, let's work on stance and figure out what the cultural place is. So you and I are about to get ready to have a fist fight. Get your stance. Okay, that just came very naturally. That stance that you feel comfortable in the fight or flight mode is the stance that I want you to fight from. So that's good. Your weight is well distributed. In terms of your sword guard, we're going to use what's called the hanging guard at first. The reason for that is you have a lot of defense from here. If I throw a moulinet, you can just tilt your sword to pick it up. You can pick up a flat snap just by raising the corner of your shield. And you can pick up an offside shot just by dropping your sword. And you actually do have a lot of offensive capabilities from here too. But to start with, let's just stick with that. Next, footwork. The most neglected part of SCA heavy combat. Most people kind of just, oh yeah, my feet roll, I'll just do something clever with them. There's three types of footwork steps that we primarily use. The first of which is the gathering step. Front foot advances, back foot follows. And you keep in the same center of balance. Likewise, you can gathering step backwards. Gathering step side. Just whichever foot is in front, but moving the direction you want to go will lead. So practice a few gathering steps, and I'll match you. Good. We use the gathering step a lot because it doesn't create any new openings, and it keeps your balance in the same spot. So if you lead with your back leg, and I come in on you, all of a sudden you're not in the same center of balance. It's easier to knock you off. So the next step for footwork is the passing step. The passing step is more for pursuing or retreating. I'll lead with my back leg and follow with what was the front leg. So let's see a couple passing steps. Yep. Good. The passing step has a lot of advantages too, in that you can cover distance a lot faster with it. Just be aware when you do that passing step, go ahead, it often opens up something that may not have been open before, and it also changes your balance. So if you're chasing somebody, if you're trying to get away, passing steps are good. Finally, we have the compass step. This is kind of the most counterintuitive one. With the compass step, we're moving along an invisible arc that surrounds the opponent. The whole time we're facing the opponent. So if I'm going to compass step right, I might notice how I'm still the same orientation towards you. That completely change the angles. So take your guard. If I want to throw a flat snap from here, it's going to be kind of tough because you can get your shield in the way easily, you can get your sword in the way. On the other hand, if I take a compass step, that just changed the dynamics completely. Compass steps are very important, especially with great weapons, but also with sword and shield. So come on out here a bit. Compass step can be in either direction along that arc. I can move compass step here and throw a shot. As you turn to face me, I can compass step here.
Where are you?
I throw a shot to there. This is one that most people in SCA fighting don't use as much. Most SCA fighters fight in a straight line, forward and back, maybe gathering steps, but again, very linear. Being able to move along that arc will open up a lot of angles for you. So let's practice some of those compass steps a bit. Picture that arc and move around it. So let's say compass right. Yep. And when you do that compass right, I like to lead with the leg on the right side, and the left leg will pivot around to being back. Or if I'm compassing left, I'll lead with the left leg, and the right foot will follow. So either way, whichever way you want to compass step, lead with the leg on that side. Good. That's it. Absolutely. We just did gathering steps, passing steps, now compass steps. I like to start with footwork before we even start doing sword blows. So, as a brief recap, our gathering step. Yes, we're about to fist fight. Get ready. Okay. All right. Right foot lead is fine. I do a lot of right foot forward fighting. That's what's comfortable for you. Let's do that. So, our gathering step is we advance with our front leg and follow it with the back leg. It's very simple, but you will use this a lot. The reason, like I was just explaining, is that it's very, very controlled. You have the same amount of balance, stability. It's not quite as fast as the next one, the passing step, where you advance with your back leg and follow with your front leg.
Some muscly help? I can't get my chair to
So let's see a passing step. Advance with the back leg,
Oh,
follow
okay,
with the
there
front.
you go.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden the other leg is formed. We were just pointing out though, that the weakness of the passing step is that if he takes it, it may create openings. He steps forward that leg and I capitalized on it, or if he takes a passing step towards me, he's off balance, you don't have quite as much stability. But the passing step is really best for chasing or retrieving. And then we're just working
step back.
we're just working on the compass step as the last step. And the compass step, you imagine an invisible arc around me that you're moving along, always facing me the same orientation. So go ahead, compass right. Yep, good. So look at the angles that he just created. I have to turn in order to regain equilibrium, and he can then compass left as I turn to match him. And look what just came open. Everything. So, compass step is really good. We're going to do a little footwork drill here, and then we'll go into some sword technique. So we're going to take your guard. All right, gathering forward. Gathering back. Gathering back. Gathering forward. Gathering that way. Gathering that way. Gathering that way. That way. Diagonal forward. Diagonal back. Diagonal back. Diagonal forward. Compass right. Compass left. Compass left. Compass right. Which should bring us more or less to where we started with. That's a drill you can take home and work on either when you do telework or in front of the mirror or just in the house. It's really good to practice those steps, moving and control and guard. So that's kind of our crash course on footwork. The next thing we're going to do is some basic sword technique. Go ahead and grab a shield. You can grab one of mine. Either strap or center, whichever you like. All right. In the meantime, kind of the core basic standard shot of SCA Combat is our flat snap. Most fights are won with this shot, just the right application of it at the right time. So it's something I can teach you in a minute or so, so that you'll spend your whole SCA career kind of perfecting and mastering. So the flat snap starts off in your feet and your legs with a turning motion. The power travels up into your hips, into your torso, your shoulders, your arm, and last your hand.
Still gonna have to ride down.
What we're not doing is that. That's a weak shot. It's bad for your joints. It doesn't use an arm to throw it, and it's inefficient. You need so much more speed and power just by engaging your whole body as a shot. So we're gonna do a little drill. I'm going to throw the flat snap, and from your guard, you're going to tent block it. It's like the roof of a tent. Your sword tips down to block it. Then your sword drops down behind your head to your shoulder, and you throw the flat snap. Yep. And I tent blocked it. Now my turn. Let's go nice and slow. And as much as you can get your body into it. Thing to go is the sword itself. So I'll throw the flat snap. You go ahead and tent block it. Other way. Yeah. Yeah, and over here on this side. Yeah, there we go. So you tense lock, the sword drops to your shoulder. Yeah, it drops behind your head to your shoulder, and you fire. Good. Get the legs and hips into it. Yeah. Kind of like turn the whole body to the side. Alright? That's right, yeah. For targeting, make sure you're swinging my head. So that's kind of the essence of the flat snap. It comes in at a trajectory that fires right along the top of the shield into the head. Now, the defense of the flat snap, you're going to be using a strapped heater shield. A very simple defense is to take that corner and raise it. At the same time, tucking your head in the opposite direction. So, the corner comes up, the head goes away. So I'm going to throw a couple slow flat snaps. Bring that corner that way, with your head that way, to protect yourself.
Well, this runs in my family. Mother and grandmother, they go way early.
As you get more and more practice with it, small motions will block that flat snap. So if you throw a couple at me. Throw a couple at me.
Yeah,
So the corner comes up, head goes down. Alright, I'll throw a few at you. Good. Done properly, this block will not blind you as you do it, because your head's coming away from the core of the shield, you can still see what's going on. What you don't want to happen is to pick the shield up really high, and oh my god, where'd it go? Why's my butt hurt? You know? So when you do your blocks, be careful that you're not accidentally blinding yourself. Alright? Then the last kind of technique we're going to go over in this basics course is the moulinet, which is more of a intermediate shot, but one worth learning at this point. So the flat snap, you can block it in the corner, like I showed you. That's a pretty easy block, isn't it? Now, the moulinet, do that exact same block with your shield. Same block. Notice the angle of it? It's coming above, drops down inside that tip of the shield. This is a beautiful shot. Especially, we live in a kingdom where everybody uses, a 2x3 heater shield. And everybody's great at blocking the flat snap with that little corner block and doesn't understand why they're doing their block properly and keep hitting it in the eye. So I'll let you see it. Do that corner block. Look how far you have to raise it if you want to pick that up, and then it opens up a lot if your opponent can do that. But just that little corner block, if you did it first, will not block the shot because it comes in at the same angle of your head shot. So the idea behind the moulinet, the flat snap, we're driving a punch. The moulinet is the crack of a whip instead. The tip describes an upward arc that then falls in between the sword and the shield. So let's practice that. It's a control rather than a punch. Let's practice that a few times.
But I just couldn't believe that they were doing it. I knew someone, and I knew someone was going to do it, so I was like, I was kind of waiting for it. I'm like,
good. This is one for it to be natural. You'll have to take it home and practice it hundreds of times on the PAL because it's not as intuitive as your simple flat snap. We're just throwing it out there. It's a little more intricate, tricky, the angle. Try from the hanging guard first. I find I can throw a moulinet much better from here with my sword in front. Yeah, that's better.
And if the people aren't quiet at that point, I will discreetly call, I will ask my retainers to run in the front, go discreetly to the person who's causing the issue and ask them.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
I'm not
So we've gone over stance, footwork, the flat snap, and the moulinet. That's going to be it for today. Thank you very much, Tori, for filming for us.
Can you please remember